What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean and Green Lawn Service in beautiful South Georgia. Hey, hope y'all having a great day today. Just left the doctor. He said, your fracture is healing unbelievably well. Praise the Lord, man. He said, you're healing up like a child does. I said, well, you know, I act like a kid, so there you go. But he said, I can hardly even see the fracture. Come back in 2 weeks. In fact, he told me, he said, you don't even have to wear that brace unless, he said, I would wear it if I were doing something where you thought you might bang it or this, that, or the other, which for me, that's just life.
Turn left onto Elma G. Miles Parkway.
I'm going to look at something. This thing's going to drive us crazy. So I told him, I said, man, I take it off, take a shower. I'm just going to go ahead and wear it because anything I'm out doing, there's the potential for me to bang it or whatever. So I'm going to pretty much try to keep it on. Anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm fixing to run over and look at a little yard here. There was a guy in our church that he was trying to find somebody. This is an elderly lady, fixed income, and which this guy probably would have paid for it for her. He's one of our deacons, but he was telling me that
in 1.7 miles, turn left onto Pineland Avenue.
He was telling us the other day in our men's prayer time, he said, man, I can't get nobody to come look at it. And so I told him, I said, hey man, I'll get some young guys from the church, and I said, man, because it's only like a half acre, I think, and that's that ain't much. So I'm gonna try to get up a group of folks for this Saturday. I'll bring my trailer over here, and I'll pick it up Friday and bring it back over here, and we'll go up there and we're gonna clean it up. But I want to go by and put my eyes on it and see what it looks like. So that's what we had to do. So I'll show you what we got when we get there.
1 mile, turn.
You know how non-lawn guys make things sound really bad. There ain't nothing to this. This is a piece of cake, man. I mean, there's some limbs down. Now this big tree, somebody's supposed to be coming to get it up, but they probably won't have that done. But it's just limbs and stuff like this, and all this pine straw. But man, we take them backpack blowers, blow this stuff up in the wad. You can put everything out by the street here, and they'll pick it up. So anyway, nothing bad. There's nothing to this. Honestly, I bring them young boys over here. We'll pick this stuff up, these pine cones. But if it were just me coming, man, I would just chop this junk up. That is a big tree, dude. Oh, that's bad, bad, bad. Yeah, I ain't messing with that. Hope she don't come out with no gun. I don't know her. She's a friend of a friend. Yeah, the backyard ain't bad at all. Man, I come do this by myself. Pick up them few big sticks and drop that mower deck down and close that chute blocker. Most of this stuff would be gone, but I'm gonna get them boys an opportunity to do something. We'll go ahead and cut it and trim everything up while we're here, and we'll get all this pine straw up. So yeah, there ain't gonna be nothing to this. Nothing to this. So as they say, easy peasy. All right, YouTube posse, I am back, man. Seal bid. About to go drop that bad boy off. See what happens. Let the chips fall where they may. I met with a guy last night. So I told y'all in the last video that I was going to be meeting with a guy that wanted to work. And my wife and I took he and his wife out. Young guy, mid-20s. Got about 4 years of experience, I think. I asked quite a few questions. just about lawn care and you know, what all he knew how to do. Never really run a standard mower. They ran all Skag, and they run like it looked like they had the Liberty. Trying to think what that other small Skag is. I don't think any of them had the Velocity deck, so it was more down in the mid-range mowers, I guess. I don't know if those are non-commercial, or I really don't know a lot about Skag other than the V-Rides. And I know all the Turf Tigers and Cheetahs, and I think Tiger Cats, and all of them have the Velocity deck. So anyway, he seemed to be fairly knowledgeable about everything, and I really think, you know, that he would be a good worker, you know, good teammate. That's important. We talked about the normal things about business, you know, slow in the winter. Of course, he does know how to do hedge trimming and all that kind of stuff, you know, so there's more potential to do more of that year-round kind of stuff. But anyway, super nice couple. Really enjoyed hanging out with them, and look, even if it doesn't turn into anything and don't work out, I mean, I'm glad we got the opportunity to meet them. So, you know, so I'm gonna go drop this bid off. I think I could drum up enough work, I believe, without this, you know, to hire him, but it would definitely be slow the first couple of months until probably May. You know, and I really, if I'm gonna hire a guy, you know, you really just want to have, I want to have plenty of work, and but you know, I do have some stuff coming up in March. I got a new property to go quote Friday. I got a new property to maintain to quote, and then I got a new well, it's a lady I did some landscape for last year. She wants some more work done this year, you know, probably 6 hours of work or something, enough to give him something to do for a day, I reckon. So just that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna drop this thing off. I suspect that I will hear something very quick back from this, or whoever gets it will. I don't know about those of us that don't. We may not hear anything, but it is it's due tomorrow, and the best I can tell, it's supposed to start in March. So today is the 25th, I believe. Now somebody done text me now. I can't see my thing. Yeah, so today's the 25th of February. So that would be like starting next week with field only cut and a full cut. I mean, that would be next week. That would be maybe about 25-30 man hours, well, plus all the edging and weed eating that's got to be done. So yeah, there's a full week, probably 50 hours of work that would need to be done there next week. So if we were to get it, I'll have to rally the troops. Say, hey man, need all hands on deck, you know, next Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and we'll go out there and whip everything into shape and you know, get it like it needs to be. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, let me get off here. I'll check back with y'all. All right, got the bids turned in, and or the bid, and now we wait and see. We wait and see. There's always a time of anticipation when you bid on big properties, like large volume, large revenue. It's really only my I've bid on, I'm trying to think how many big properties I bid on. Obviously the college. When I got all the banks with their lawn and landscape, including mulch and tree trimming and all of that, that was a big account. In fact, that's the first big one I got. I got that in 2020. Remember going out during COVID and walking, and in fact, I had just got over COVID when I went to look at it and do a bid. And so actually that might have been, so that would have been 21. So I guess it was coming out of COVID, kinda, sorta. But anyway, then of course the college was a big one, because I actually quoted the lawn and the landscape. I only got the lawn because there was a maximum amount they could pay one contractor without sending it out to invitation to bid. So they got somebody else to do the landscape. A nursing home that was about it was super big, about 9 acres. I bid on another property that was about 10 acres, commercial property. And obviously I was too high on it, I guess, for them. The deal with that, though, is they have been cutting it themselves. And the mower tore up, and they said, well, instead of buying a new mower, let's just pay somebody to do it. So I wonder if they ever paid anybody. They probably got a lot of quotes back and went, we might just do it ourselves. So those are really the only big properties that I've ever bid on. So I've gotten about half of them. And again, this one doesn't really matter. You know, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I couldn't just not bid on it. Another issue with this property is, from what I'm seeing, you're bidding for 2025, 2026, which I think runs from March through February. And, you know, the issue with that is you may have to rebid it every year. And it's really difficult to build a business around something that you have to bid every year like that. Because with the properties I got right now, that would be like 75, that would be like 50% of my business. So it'd be half. And you can't really, you're not really sustainable if you got employees when you got one customer that half your revenue comes from. It's just not good diversity. So anyway, I'm also recording on this road because yesterday the camera did some funny stuff with some waves in it, and it was going down this road. But I don't see it doing that now, so I don't know. Anyway, headed back to the church. All right, I am home now, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut this video out. Hey, appreciate y'all watching. My prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you, and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him.